What's going on, everyone? So Blake Hinson has been a real standout in the California Classic. His shooting is spectacular. I mean, he's already got that NBA level. It's not like he's a guy that's just like on the line shooting. No, he's shooting times deep threes, off the movement shooting, catch and shoot. Basically has showed an array and the ability to just knock down, whether it's contested, whether it's wide open, right? A lot of guys, they'll be 42% on catch and shoot threes. But then you'll see them on like contested threes and they're like 34%. And Blake Hinson's actually better on contested threes than he is on catch and shoot. And he's really good on catch and shoot threes. Now, of course, as a shooter, you're going to have your up and down games. It's just what comes with being a shooter. And, you saw him just lights out game one, game three, he was like 1 of 8, but you're seeing the potential that is there. You're seeing what he could kind of plug and play immediately as, right? Even if he does get rotation minutes or becomes a big piece this upcoming season, which I doubt. I think he'll actually get some run. I actually think he'll get some burn, but I do think he'll stay on a two-way this season. But in the games, moments, and opportunities that he gets, you're not going to be asking him, even if he does actually get a rush spot, you're not going to be asking him to play 30 plus minutes a game, defend the best player on the other team and score 30 on 10 threes. No, you're looking for him to just kind of play spot minutes. Can he play 10 to 15 minutes at most and knock down the three ball with a level of consistency? Right? Can he give you, 3 to 4 threes a game as just like a movement shooter, especially with JJ Redick and the way that he wants to operate the offense with this like motion offense? Also, can he hold his own on the defensive side? Now, he is better laterally than Rui Hachimura, but he's not great. He's going to be a 4. Right? He's going to be slotted as a 4 with a 6'8 size. He's got that just football player body. He's big. He's physical. He's shown you the ability to kind of just bully his way to the basket, finish through contact. You're going to be looking for him to be kind of like what Rui is, where, yeah, you can slot him at the 3 at times. He could probably play the 3 in a pinch if you needed him to, but really he is best at the 4 and likely will play and have his best minutes on the court as the 4. But the big highlight of him is his shooting, right? And Blake Hinson talked about his shooting, and he said this: new Laker Blake Hinson, I could be like a Klay Thompson. Now, look, I love the confidence, right? I mean, this guy, that was one of the things that I said after game 1 when I did my breakdown of him as a player. And, you saw the jitters. You saw all the just kind of like nerves from everybody but Blake Hinson. Like, Blake Hinson walked out there like he was a 10-year vet and this was just another day at the office and played like it too. I mean, he just like oozed confidence. It was crazy to see. And I love that, right? Shoot for the stars, Klay Thompson, right? Now, look, Blake Hinson's bigger than Klay Thompson. If he could be anything close to Klay Thompson, the Lakers got not even just like a home run. They got a grand slam type of pickup. But I don't necessarily look at him as the potential to be a Klay Thompson. And Blake Hinson speaking more on just like the 3-point shooting, right? But Klay in his prime, Klay now he could probably be, but Klay in his prime was that just elite, just perfect 3-and-D guy. Right? He wasn't the most athletic. He wasn't the quickest, but he just was very skilled on the defensive side, got after it, was relentless, was just so good off ball. Like, Klay Thompson was a very rare specimen in the game of basketball ever. Right? So I don't necessarily look at Blake Hinson as a Klay Thompson. The guy that I've compared him to that I actually think is very realistic is a sort of bigger Buddy Hield, right? Buddy Hield is, he's not looked at to the level of a Klay or a Steph or, a Reggie or anything like that, but he's one of the league leaders in 3-point shooting year in and year out. He's like been 3rd in the league the last like handful of years as far as like made threes. He's not known as this like great defensive player, but when he's really locked in a gauge, he can hold his own at times. He's had moments and stretches, right? But he's more of like a specialty guy, specialty player. I think Blake Hinson can be a better Buddy Hield in the sense of that, like, yes, even if he's not as good shooting the three ball as Buddy Hield or has as many makes over his career as Buddy Hield, I just think with his size, his physicality, Buddy Hield isn't this like great, just physical player. I like Hinson as, I feel like he is a better movement shooter and he is better just in the contest, right? Now, granted, again, one guy is proven and has been in the NBA for quite some time. One guy still hasn't played NBA minutes, so I don't want to like oversell Hinson. I'm just saying from what we've seen, if it translates to the NBA, I actually think Hinson will be a better Buddy Hield. Because again, even if he isn't making as many threes as a Buddy Hield is, he's more versatile in the sense of his ability to get to the basket, his ability to defend big, strong, physical players, right? His ability to kind of create for himself and use his size and strength to kind of get to his spots, particularly in like the mid-range. You saw that in Summer League. He missed a couple of them, but he was still getting to his spots with rather ease. And when his shot is falling, I just think he's going to be so versatile and just so hard to defend because he is just so big, right? And putting a guy on him and in his face doesn't affect him. It doesn't impact him in any way, right? Like Blake Hinson, you could put a big guy, a small guy, whoever, and it's like, how do you, when he's cooking, how are teams going to be able to stop him and slow him down? And some people might look at that and go, oh, that's silly. You got NBA. But it's not, right? Especially if he's playing the four. Because most guys that are slotted at the four, they're slower guards. So they're going to have to deal with being able to close out quick enough to bother Blake Hinson. But he has shown that it doesn't bother him. And then also he has the size, strength, and physicality to match up with like the Aaron Gordons of the world. And then if you go and you put a smaller, twitchier guy on him, again, it's not going to bother him on the closeout for shooting. And even if you're contesting him and you're guarding him tight, he's just so big, strong, and physical, he's going to be able to just kind of bully you out the way to get to the basket or get to his spot, pull up and elevate from the mid-range. So I think Hinson has like some real potential. Again, I don't know about the Klay Thompson type of player, but I do think that I really do like the Buddy Hield, bigger Buddy Hield comparison. I just think, he gives you that same level of shooting, but he's just bigger, more physically imposing, has good size, can basically slot in 2 through 4 if you want him to. Right? Like, I mean, even in a small ball setting, you could have him, if you're playing the Warriors and they got Draymond at the 5, you could slot him at the 5 and have him match up if you absolutely had to. I mean, hopefully that's not the case, but his versatility is where I think it's valuable. And because he does move better laterally, I think he'll do a better job when teams try to get him to switch, right? So then now he has to defend, a twitchier wing, or he has to defend a quicker guard. I think he'll be able to hold his own better than what, our Rui Hachimura was able to do. But we'll see. We'll see how he progresses, right? Obviously, he's got to continue to perform and show that skill set when we get to Las Vegas Summer League. But I think he'll probably, like I said, he might play some minutes here and there during the regular season. I wouldn't be shocked at all. But as far as like actually being part of the rotation and on the roster, that I wouldn't really count on, which is fine, right? Let him spend a year kind of getting his legs under him, kind of get a feel for the game, bring him up a couple times, let him get some, a game or two here and there, right? Where he gets some quality, like maybe minutes, like he gets to play 15 minutes or something like that, kind of get a feel for like just the pace and the way that the NBA level is played. And I think the Lakers have a real piece on their hands. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think Blake Hinson, go get him. He's the next Klay Thompson. Do you think the Buddy Hield comparison's a little better? Get the comparison things, because like in closing, it's like, this guy is this guy. This guy is this guy. Like, why can't Blake Hinson just be Blake Hinson? That I get. And, I do. Like, I would love for Blake Hinson and not necessarily be Buddy Hield, not necessarily be Klay Thompson. Be a big, physical, power forward that can light it up from 3 and shoot 40+%. Like, I am totally okay with that, right? Like, give me that all day, including Sunday. But now we'll see how he plays out. But, the comparisons is what you have to kind of, as like a marker for their potential upside or success, right? I don't want to put too much expectations on him. Now, I would, if he can become a bigger Klay, beautiful. If he can become Klay at the 4, right, then the Lakers, like I said, grand slam. But realistically, I think, give me a Buddy Hield at the 4, and that's fine. But again, let me know however you feel down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.